What's up, guys? It's your boy Dalton here, bringing you the long-awaited Evo drum from the match, but the deck has changed, unfortunately, from then because I'm still working with it, trying to make it more consistent, hopefully making it tier 2, hopefully. As you can kind of tell, there's no longer an SP deck or drum, because I like to keep my SPs nice and safe. So, deck or drum, wow. Wrong world, Dalton. SP drum bunker dragon. It's put away nice and safe so it doesn't get harmed. So I have just a normal double rare, which is okay because I have a nice secret flag here as well. But let's get into the deck profile. Starting off with Prominent Neo Dragon Drum, the maximum force at 4 copies because it's a lovely penetrating. It's amazing. I love it. It's beautiful. Leave your thoughts in the comments which ones you like better, the orange buddy rare or the secret silver buddy rare. I'm personally leaning towards the orange, but sometimes the silver one gets my attention. Next drum in this drum deck is OG Art B 5th Omni drum because he's amazing. Can't argue with it until the new one comes out in Mutation and Evolution, whenever that will actually be out. I don't know when its release date is off the top of my head, but that's okay. Still, good card, good. Next, I run 5th Omni Calvary Dragon Merak SD because you have to be running him. Honestly, you can't not be running an Armor Dragon deck without him. Well, at least a size 2 heavy based one without him. He's basically size 0, and then the counter skill of giving penetrate is beautiful, just beautiful. Can't argue with it, can't argue with it. And to round up the size 2s, you gotta run Drum Bunker Dragon Drill Ram Buster Break. Because who can argue with not allowing your opponent to use a counter when you attack their center? It's just too good, just too broken sometimes. I love it. Only really need it at 3. Everything else at 4, obviously. But just so good at 3. You don't really need it. Just because sometimes you do run in a little gauge problem at the moment. Hence why the deck is still evolving. Because it's my drum Evo deck. It's still evolving at this point too, because it might be changed. Let me know if you have any suggestions for the deck as well. Off to size 1s. Run 3 of the buddy. Just because sometimes it can be a little cloggy if you keep drawing into it. You really want it in your drop, honestly, just because you can pay gauge and add it back to Assault or Column. It's really up to you and what you feel like you need at the moment. I typically go for the Soul just because you want to protect your drum, because your opponent always goes for your drum. I just don't know why. Maybe Christian can enlighten us sometime. Next, one of the rare non-drum cards. 5th Omni Cavalry Dragon Fire Sword Doble. Because you can't argue with gauge. It's that simple. Just can't argue with gauge. And the last size 1 is Super Deformed Drum. Just another way to grab drums out of the drop zone and just keep going with your drum plays. Because drum, honestly, is the main purpose of this deck. So you have to have other ways to get them out there. Other ways to get them out. I'm just going to throw my size 0 in here because I only run 1. I run 2 copies of Tiny Flame Dragon Linear. You can only call them to the center, which is fine because most of the cards I call to the left or right. So it works out perfectly. And it's a Boomerang Dragon, which is beautiful. Just beautiful. That rounds up monsters. Off into items. I run 4 Crimson Fist Dragoplus. Because who can argue with basically 4 crit every time he's out, every time this is equipped. I love it, especially with the new drum, just basically going in with penetrate with it. Basically penetrate of 7, hopefully, as long as your opponent doesn't destroy your other monster. Just beautiful. Then I run 1 5th Omni Dragon Fist Ablaze, just because I do like reducing damage. I do still run cards that, spells that I cast that take damage, so try to still proc skills without having to actually take the damage. It's quite nice. Now off into spells. I run 4 blue dragon shields because gauge is loved in this deck. You just need the gauge. Next, I run 3 blade dragon shield because you do go through your hand quite fast, so it's always nice to be able to draw and hopefully draw into another shield and top deck for days. Next, I run 3 green dragon shields because life is lovely. Life is lovely. And on that standard, I run 2 Dragosucceds. I don't think it actually showed up in the match at all that I used, but it's great. It's basically consistently gaining 2 gauge because you're always going to pop a drum, and then the 2 life gain is amazing. Next, because you need to run a rester in today's meta, 2 Dragodesperate, because you need to be able to rest a size 2 monster like bots, or even items, because sometimes items can be a little annoying. Next, Dragobond, because people go after your drum. I don't know why they want to go after Drum. Drum is just so lovable. He's the main mascot, but they just do. They just do. Next, because this deck needs draw power, 2 Sky Dragon Divinities, because you can't argue with putting Drago shields back into your deck and then drawing more cards. Because let's be honest, you're not going to be putting anything else back into the deck besides that. And last but not least, it's kind of on the fence right now until Mutation and Evolution comes out. 5th Omni, Oath, Dragoundertake, whatever. I'm kind of tired and a little sick, but it's okay. Basically, you call out your 5th Omni Dragon Drum again so you can keep going with plays, so you always have a drum on the field. And hopefully when the new one comes out, it's going to even be better. But that's basically it for the deck. Hope you all liked it. Make sure to leave a like on the video. Leave some suggestions. I really want to see what you guys have for suggestions for the deck. Subscribe if you haven't already. Make sure to leave a like. I already said that, but that's okay. And share it with your friends. Check out the shop. Link will be in the description down below. Don't think I have anything else. So stay classy, y'all. We want to thank our sponsor, Frost Giants Games, for making this show possible. Frost Giants Games is Wisconsin's game store of choice for board games, Magic the Gathering, and other card games. Check them out at www.frostgiantgames.com.